dormitory, like with students, and like there's like movie theater mixing rooms and all this other stuff. So it was cool.
See, you know, people think, oh, pop stars, they just, you know, they don't really sing. It's all machines. Charlie's the real deal. He's like a real, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge nerd. I make everything like.
He's from Berkeley School of Music.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
We have an old saying in New York. Do you know why New Yorkers are so depressed? The light at the end of the tunnel is New Jersey.
But anyway.
I never heard that before. That's
Yeah, well, you wouldn't. You're on the Jersey side.
That's amazing.
You're on the Jersey side.
I'm gonna remember that forever. The light at the end of the tunnel is Jersey.
Yeah.
I think people get the wrong rap about New Jersey because when you land at Newark Airport, you see all like the factories and everything like that. It's actually the Garden State. It's very pretty. It's like Massachusetts.
That's what it says on the license plate. The Garden State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Massachusetts has its own vibe, but I love it here too.
Yeah. Well, okay, you don't have to apologize for liking your home state. Yeah.
Well, I know that people are passionate about their home state here.
Yeah, we'll let you in.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up on the Jersey border in a little ratty town called Spring Valley, New York, which is right on the Jersey border. When I was a kid growing up, New York State had an 18-year-old drinking. 18 was the drinking age,
That's
right?
fun.
So the Jersey kids would come over into my town when they were under 21, right? But over 18. So we all hated the Jersey kids. We'd get in a fight with Jersey kids.
Nice. I love that for you guys.
Yeah, but that's a little different generation than yours, Spy.
A little bit.
Yeah. I just did an OK Boomer thing. Didn't
Yeah,
Yes, you did,
there was a
Boomer.
moment.
I just did an OK Boomer thing. God, I'm sorry. That was an OK Boomer thing. So this song, Mother, we find a little disturbing.
We were
Perfect.
having a discussion.
Oh, you. What were you what,
So
what
let
did
me
it
get this
entail?
straight. You're nice to your girlfriend's mother, but little does she know you're kind of a badass.
You know, it's very. And I'm glad you brought this up right away because there's a bit of a different meaning to the song, and I was lying in interviews. I don't know why I did this, but every time I put out a song, my heart rate always goes up when I talk about this. Every time I put out a song, someone gets tagged to the meaning of the song, like who I dated, when, blah blah blah, whatever. So for when I hadn't put out a song in a long time, and I just for a minute didn't want it to be about that. And in my mind, if I kind of made up a story, or just kind of fibbed a bit, told a white lie, and didn't exactly reveal the true meaning of the song, then nobody would ask about it. But it turns out it was the complete opposite of that. More people asked about it, and I kept not telling the truth in interviews, and I felt like a moron. So I figured I'd start in Boston and say that it's actually about the mother's point of view into a very not ideal relationship, I guess we could say. It's, I was in kind of one of those things like 3 years ago, I'll say.
Oh.
And from everyone's point of view, everything was going grand and perfect. Everything was lovely. But from the mother's point of view, it was all good too. But if she only knew, I would always look at her and be like, damn, if she only knew what was really
That's
going
what
on.
I
We
said.
were like ripping
You're
each other
creepy.
apart.
You're like a creepy.
No.
That's what I said. It's like a
that
creepy.
exactly?
He said
No.
it was a little creepy.
That was it. It's yeah. And you're coming clean.
Right. Well,
That you're really a creepy guy.
no, I would look at her and I'd be like, if she only knew that we were actually like ripping each other apart. There's actually like a nice melancholic, sentimental meaning to the song, but like I disguised it in this. Whatever. It's just about us. It's a simple meaning. It's about us sneaking out at night. It's actually not about that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I
Oh,
lied.
I knew that.
Tearing each other apart.
Yeah.
It was
Bad
bad.
It's kind of melancholy in a way.
Yeah.
I'm going to shove my head against this microphone. This is what I get for telling the truth.
I appreciate that.
So there's a movie that came out way before you were born. And the mother, there's a movie called Psycho. It's a famous Alfred Hitchcock movie. And the mother was dead the entire movie, but you didn't know she was in a chair, but she was a skeleton.
Yeah, the rocking
Was she
chair.
dead the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, there's the guy, and he comes out of the old house, and then there's the Janet Leigh character, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, oh, Mom's up there, and he's always waving to Mom. And then later in the movie, you see she's just a skeleton.
Well, she
the
was in a
movie.
rocker, so it
She's in a
looked-
rocker.
Yeah.
She looked like she was alive because
Yeah.
he would move the rocker.
That's the movie that goes.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's oh, you know the movie.
Right.
That's the mute. That's the sound from
classic.
Psycho.
That's the was that like the first time that they like you heard stabbing flesh? Like
Yeah.
they actually
Yeah.
inserted the.
What did I tell you? I told you he went to the Berklee School of
Yeah, he
Music.
knows
He's
everything.
educated.
Wow.
He's an educated man.
I've seen it. Well, thank you. I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of movies too.
It's not like Shawn Mendes or one of those guys.
Okay.
He's educated.
Let me step away from the microphone. Attempt to
He's
sip
an,
my tea.
he's an educated man.
Wow. You even got the bodyguard to laugh.
Sean's lovely.
He's an educated man, man. The Berklee School of Music. He's no fool.
I spent a lot of time in school.
Okay, now
will
I
say.
got to talk to you about it. You mentioned interviews you did.
Yeah.
You did an interview where you said you had a cold for a year. Now
Yeah.
that's embarrassing. You had a cold for a year?
Oh, it's tough love. Damn. I
Well, that's what you said. You said you were
It is.
sick for a year.
I was sick for a year because you got to put yourself in my position. I wrote like here. I'll rewind. 4 years ago, I wrote "See You Again" for someone else to sing. I think like 10 people sang that song, and I'm
Right.
setting the story up.
Right.
I'm gonna lower my microphone because there's a little feedback. Someone else was gonna sing that song. I had no idea how to be an artist, and they were like, one day, okay, you're gonna sing the song, and I'm like, I have no idea what it is. I had never done an interview on the radio before.
Mhm.
I didn't know how to. That's why I had so many media blunders. I had no idea how to travel. So I just did it and figured it out along the way with millions of people watching me at the same time. And I messed up a ton, and I just wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't sleeping. So to all the new musicians out there, if you think you can just do it overnight, don't just drink a lot of water and realize that it's a process.
So all of this is a hydration story?
Oh, man.
I love this guy.
Well, it's important to hydrate. Let's
I
be
love,
honest.
I love
Yeah.
this guy.
That's one of the many tips.
It's important to hydrate.
Yeah, it's important to
Yeah.
Okay.
hydrate.
Okay.
Everyone go get my new song,
Yeah,
Mother
do it.
Out.
Mother, I said mother. Available.
It's available right
Wow,
now
it's
on
got
every
so many stories. that one song,
LimeWire,
yeah.
Kazaa, go to Napster.com, go download it.
Is Napster still around?
It's not. You know, the first song I ever downloaded on Napster was Puff the Magic Dragon by Peter, Paul, and Mary.
That's a good one. Yeah.
1999.
Wow.
MP3. Burned it to a CD. Next was Eminem, the Slim Shady LP.
Boy, that's a jump.
Yeah.
You went from Peter, Paul, and Mary to Eminem?
Yeah, well, it's kind of
Eclectic.
Eclectic. It's
He's
directly
eclectic man.
I'm very eclectic. It's very reflective of my musical taste, from ranging
Mhm.
from my mom and dad to myself.
Were your parents musicians?
Yeah, my mom taught me piano when I was 4 years old, and my dad always played R&B. So I got to listen to the Carpenters and James Taylor. I actually worked with James Taylor, and I would listen to Luther Vandross at the same time. And so I'm like, and then I would listen to NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys because that's like, you know, me as a millennial. So all this like got mixed together, and I guess this is, you know, my music now. That was a weird.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What a background. And then the Berklee School of Music and all that. No
Yeah.
wonder you're a star. No
Oh.
wonder you're a star, Charlie.
I'm just trying to prove that education is a cool thing.
And yes, it is.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I went to a state teachers college and never made it as a teacher, but still,
No.
that didn't work
I think
for me.
you were chased out of the whole
I
teaching
it
profession.
didn't work well
yeah.
for me. I had my issues. Anyway, Tom Brady is a big deal in this town.
Yeah.
So get your rest this week. Hydrate.
Damn.
That's what we learned from this interview.
So me and
No, you're a
How
great
did
guy.
you do that so quickly?
No, that's a secret.
Yeah.
It's a secret.
Damn, you were quick. Willie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're a great guy. We were so happy for your success. The new song is Mother, but you knew that. We play it every 10 minutes.
Thank
Not for
you.
to miss it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming to visit us, Charlie. You're a good guy.
Love Boston.
We'll take a break, and we'll come right back.